Just some real quick r/libertarian poll. We got the poll, right? Yeah. The poll. No, we're not accepting right now. I finished the polling, and I finished the thing, obviously. So I want to start out with the left to right. Surprisingly well balanced. I expected it to be right wing. Other people expected it to be left wing. But it's really well distributed. More right wing because classical libertarianism is right wing. As you can see, it's more right wing. I don't actually have the percentages. I could total them up in my head, but I don't want to. That's 30, 46% is right wing, while around 23, 37, 39% is left. So, yeah. These don't matter. Same with this one. Did bad. Are you American? Most are yes. 78%. Makes sense. Not American. This surprised me. Really did. Do you like Donald Trump as a politician? Not as a businessman, as a politician. Do you like him? And a resounding no. 91%. And it's not like it's all left-wing people saying that. And we'll get to that in a minute. Do you like Bernie Sanders? Makes sense. It's a little more no than yes, but again, this poll, my results are more right-leaning. Did you support Brexit? More no. Makes sense. That's kind of a libertarian thing, is not wanting isolationism, I believe, is a thing that, I don't know. I actually have no idea. That's not for me to decide. I don't know enough. But more no's than yes. And then these are what is it? So undecided. I changed it because somebody said to change it. Ages, mostly 21 to 30 at 38.3%, followed by 31 to 40 at 24.5%, and 18 to 20. With one person being 81 plus. Gender and sexuality doesn't matter. It was more just curious. I wanted to know if there would be any kind of in correlation that I could decide on. Education level. 40% of a bachelor's. That's actually pretty surprising to me. Master's at 13%. High school or GED, 18%. Which is a lot less than I expected. But to be fair, my family is not well educated. 13 with no degree. Ethnicity doesn't really matter. Did you like the poll? 42% no. 57% did. Now we're at the thing. Okay. We're at the thing. So, did you like Donald Trump as a politician? No. This is, so the way that these work, I actually don't even remember what kind of graph they are. But the way that these work is this is the minimum, this is the maximum. This line right here is quarter 75. This one is quarter 25, and this one is the middle. As you can see on the right thing, my crosshair. That's not what it's called. Anyway, so obviously maximum, minimum are going to be 1 and 7 for no, because a lot of people didn't like Donald Trump. And surprisingly, it didn't go, like, not one person below what I believe is a 3. Yeah, not one person a 3. Basically what this is saying is that it's, this 3 is an outlier, kind of. So nobody below a 3, or nobody more left than a 3. And the middle is way up there in far right, which makes sense. It's Donald Trump. Do you like Bernie Sanders? More on the left, with some still in the right. Or, wait a second. My bad. More on the right did not like Bernie Sanders. With somebody On the left, a few people on the left saying that they didn't like it either. Didn't like him either. Probably one or two people. And obviously it's going to be the opposite on the other side. Because that's how Bernie is. He's a socialist. And he's not like a nationalist like Donald Trump can be. Did you like Brexit? I combined the what is Brexit or undecided together because it's the same thing. So more people on the left did not like Brexit, while more people on the right did. Makes sense. A lot more people on the right, along with the middle being somewhere towards the middle, but towards the right. When you see these lines not being not from side to side, that means that it's less polarized, or it's more polarized when it's not. So supporting Brexit is a kind of polarized thing, according to my poll. Are you American? Completely unpolarized. Makes sense. Schooling, high school or GED, unpolarized. Some college credit, unpolarized. Trade or vocational school, bending left a little, which I did not expect because all the people that tell me to go to vocational school are very right-leaning. Leaning. Associate's degree, more right-leaning. Bachelor's degree, a little more in the middle, master's in the middle, dropping towards left, and then the one guy with the doctorate degree, the 81-year-old, socialist. I really don't believe that guy is 80 plus, but I'm not going to take it out of the thing because it's kind of an interesting data point. So this suggests that it is not. This chart suggests that the more schooling you have, you do not become necessarily more left-leaning. Actually, it's more you become right-leaning, at least by degree alone. Probably it would be right, I didn't do age in schooling because that was an annoying. It did not work well. Left or right between your age, non-polarized, between younger, less than adults. And I did have, for this, I did have, as you could have seen, the option for not finishing high school. So that was an option and nobody picked it. So we have not very polarized, more right-leaning at a younger age. It becomes more centrist once you hit about 18 to 20, and then it opens way back up at 21 to 30. 31 to 40 it takes itself, or it goes back up to right wing. 41 to 50 is very everywhere. Like a majority of the 41 to 50 crowd, which was not very many, but a decent amount, is in this little middle part. But there were a couple things. And then this, they're all right wing, 51 to 60. For your age, do you like Donald Trump as a politician? It seems to be, despite the age, when you're younger, having no is more common. Or when you're younger, that's just because we had more younger people in the thing. There were more younger. So there's no, like, oh, anyway. This is the same, makes sense. It's not really an age thing. For the most part, it's just a policy thing. He's a socialist. Socialism isn't like, on the rise today or whatever. It's a thing that people have been talking about, just Bernie has made it a bit more popular. And younger people tend to be more empathetic and aren't bogged down by cognitive biases that are unnoticeable, as once you get older, that does start to happen. History, legacy, whatever, they become more important to you as you get older. Are you American? Not really. Anything, I guess the older folks aren't really. Did you support Brexit? No. What is Brexit? And yes, it does. It's not really age-wise. Because if we would have seen a age, there's no age like all it's like this bottom thing right here is just long. Like there's so many people in the know not really existing. But that's the end of it. I'm kind of surprised really. At least on the Donald Trump part. I'm a bit more surprised on how wide everybody is. And I will have how wide the r/libertarian, at least the people who interacted with my poll, are. Well, how educated they are, really. That's a big part. And how non, like, they're not left and right biased, the whole thing is. That's why I did the. Right, I'm full screen. Get out the full screen. There we go. That's why I did the, this. So if we had a whole lot of responses that were on the authoritarian side, I would have counted that. I would have probably started deleting. Not deleting, but removing especially the extremes. Having 4 people in this more left or more authoritarian view is fine, in my opinion. And then this is a false dichotomy. Anyway, it's been fun. This took so long. Ugh, I hate data analysis, but whatever. Thank you guys for 12 minutes of your time. Wow, that took 12 minutes. All right. Bye-bye.